Okay, I have got to remind myself when I'm showing the book to show the artwork. Because I want to do more than just say, here's book, here's book, here's book, here's book, here's book. Alright, so let's get around to this is the Complete Christmas Haul 2022. You saw the title. This is all parts, all 2 parts in one. And I think this is the first year in a long time that it was only 2 parts. Because we saw everyone on my mom's side yesterday. And I thought it'd be today. I thought it'd be next week, not today. I thought it'd be next weekend because my cousin might have had COVID. It was a false alarm, which is awesome. But let's get right on with it with the Ludocrats Volume 1 by Kieran Gillen. But more specifically, it's the Ludocrats Volume 1 being the first volume in a 1-volume series. I think to remind myself to show the artwork, I'll just do it right away before I even show you what the book is. So here's the artwork, and as you can tell, it's pretty cartoony. Just the artwork and the cover look terrible for me. Yes, written by Kieran Gillen. I'm not gonna go over who does the artwork. I'm just gonna go over who does the writing. If you can tell, I'm more of a story kind of guy, more of a writing kind of guy, because I am a writer or an aspiring writer at least. So I care more about the writing and the story than the artwork or the atmosphere. Although, well, I mean, again, there are books that are there's some exceptions, but I still could give props to the story. Like Rat Queens, they had multiple artists because they kept leaving. The artists kept leaving and kept getting fired from that. Kept getting fired. It was just one guy from Rat Queens. So you got drastically different artwork as the series went along. The final volume had extremely different artwork and extremely different artwork. Like artwork that was so different, like to an extreme level, and that is somewhat of an exception, but I still liked it. Spoilers for that review, which I'm gonna try and get out to you guys tomorrow. All I gotta do is finish Lore of Olympus, and then if I finish it by today, I'll film it today, but I'll upload it tomorrow. Why is that? Because I'll have a video Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 5 straight days of videos. Because Thursday, I'm gonna try and get to the mall. I mean, I'm gonna try and get to the mall. I already texted my ride; they're able to get me. But yeah. That's that. So next up is 3 by Kieran Gillen, collecting 1 through 5 of 3. This is like Spartan kind of thing. It's Spartan times and Spartan story. There's that. There's the artwork for that volume. 1 through 5, written by Kieran Gillen yet again. Again, Kieran Gillen, that's the main reason why I got Ludocrats. 3, I probably would have gotten some from anyone else. Like it was a story that looked interesting to me. But Kieran Gillen has done very little wrong for me. The only thing I've read by him I didn't like was his Eternals run, but that's about it. Next up, we have Where We Live by Kieran Gillen, by multiple writers and artists. So here is the entire lineup. This as you can tell, is an anthology book. And it's Where We Live, a benefit for the survivors in Las Vegas. It's about the Las Vegas... I don't think it's about the Las Vegas shooting. I think the main theme was gun violence. I could be wrong, but that's what it said in the back, I believe. In the back of the book. Not in the back of the book. It was the Image Comics list thing. Alright, so I'm going to do this. Is that good? Can you see that? I'm trying to show it because it's multiple different writers and artists. It's very different. So I'm going to do... Let's do this one. Don't do that. It's multiple artists, so, it's like the same throughout. Now, this book, if you act now, you can get it for $7. I'm not sponsored. Clearly not sponsored. But you can get this book for $7 on Amazon. If you go to the right link. $7 for a book this thick. The only thing wrong with it is there's a little bit of a publisher's remainder mark, but that is fine for me. And it was new condition. It was not used like new. It was just a new. They can't go wrong with that. Alright. Next 2 is Hardcore. Hardcore Volume 1. It's just Hardcore Volume 1. There's no, there's no name for the Volume 1. It's just called Volume 1. Collecting 1 through 5 of Hardcore. Written by Andy Diggle. Then we got Hardcore Volume 2, written by Brandon Thomas, but specifically it's Hardcore Volume 2 Reloaded, collecting 1 through 5 of Hardcore Reloaded. Came back for not a spin-off, but a reboot sequel, whatever the hell you want to call it. I would say reboot technically, but I don't think it was a reboot. It was just a new series. Maybe a spin-off. You never know. I don't. Alright, the next 3 is Horizon, written by Brandon Thomas. The reason why I got this series is it did sound interesting. It was a double whammy. It sounded like an interesting story, and it was also by Brandon Thomas, who I really enjoy his writing. Excellence was the book I liked. Spoilers, that's 2 of the other books. If I can get to it, I might show those ones next, because I also want Horizon and Excellence be next to one another, because it's written by the same author. That's how I order my books. It's publisher, then series or author, or both. So all the Horizons I have together. And then for DC Comics, all my Shazams I have together, which is like 2. All my Batmans I have together, which is several. So, that's how I order my shelves. It's the shelves, at least. Of course, I have books, because I have so many books. I have books stacked somewhere, so in places. Like, on the foot of my bed, my closet, over my little, like, indent where my nightstand is, my bureau, my clothes. I have a space there between that and the wall, so I stack books there. That's how many comics I have. I got a lot of comics. And that's just trades, which I have way more of that than floppies, which is good. Anyways, Horizon. Getting a bit sidetracked, but hey, this is what you call a personal video. Not too personal. I don't want to get too, Jesus, can you imagine that? Alright, Volume 1 Reprisal, collecting 1 through 6 of Brandon Thomas. Did I do the artwork for... I did. Didn't I? Did I? Just in case if I didn't, here is the artwork for Hardcore. There you go. That's for Volume 1. I'm doing it for Volume 2. The reason for why that is because I don't want to show up big spoilers, and that's the main, here's the Horizon. I'm getting kind of annoyed because I can't think of words. It's like words just escape my mouth. Brain. Alright. Horizon Volume 1 Reprisal, collecting 1 through 6 of Horizon. Horizon Volume 2 Remnant, collecting 7 through 12 of Horizon. And finally, Horizon Volume 3 Reveal, collecting 13 to 18 of Horizon. Next up, the next 2 is Norway, Books 1 and 2. Written by Kit and Kat Seaton. At least I think it's written by both of them. I'm reading the artwork. Let's see. It might have been like a writer author. Yeah, pictures. So it's the art. It's written by Kat Seaton. Kat Seaton does the words and say. So you can tell it's younger. It is rated T for teen, but all right. So that's the artwork for Norway, Book 1. It's all in one. It's an original graphic novel. Does not collect issues, so it's all in one. So if anything, think of it as issue 1 and issue 2. A 2-issue series, collecting in 2 books. All right, next 3 is Rose by Meredith Finch. Show the art right before I forget and get all discouraged. So the reason why I'm being like this specific about it is because I like to be more professional and just being here's book. That's just very unprofessional for me at least. And just kind of not that it shows you don't care, it just shows they're trying to rush for me. Like, go over what it collects. You don't have to go over, like, everything. Like, if I went through the story for every single book here, we'd be here all day. I'm trying to make this at least, like, at the very most, an hour long. At the most. But I also want to go through what issues it collects, what each volume is called, who does the artwork. No, not that. Who writes the book, that kind of stuff. Alright, so Rose Volume 1, The Last Light, collects 1 through 6 of Rose. Rose Volume 2, Ghosts, collects issues 7 through 12 of Rose. And I don't have a problem if someone does that. I just say, here's book. But for me, it's just like, if you're doing that, then it's just like, why? I mean, one day I hope to do what Near Mint Condition does. I'd have to get a better, not I could just do it on the phone. I have to get like maybe a better camera for it, or just a better setup for it. When he goes to the artwork, he'll have it like overhead. So like this is where the book is. Have it on the table, and he'll be showing the book, and then he'll go through the artwork. He'll tell a lot about the book because sometimes he's read the book. And Volume 3, Rose, the Last Light, collecting 13 to 17 of Rose. And you know what? I'm gonna break my rule just in case I didn't go over the artwork for Rose. I'm gonna do Volume 3. Breaking my rule, but I want to make sure I show the artwork. And I did it towards the beginning, so it shouldn't be too many spoilers. Then we got Beware the Eye of Odin, collecting 1 through 4 of Beware the Eye of Odin, written by Doug Wagner. Doug Wagner is, so for some of these, like you said, like I had said for Brandon Thomas, I tried to get all of his Image Comics work. Doug Wagner, I couldn't. Brandon Thomas was an exception. Brandon Thomas, I liked his writing, so I don't think I've read anything by him I don't like. Same with Andy Diggle and Kieran Gillen. That's why I did that, what I did. Although Kieran Gillen, I still have yet to get, The Wicked and the Divine, all 9 volumes of that series. Well, the remaining 8, because I have Volume 1. The reason for why that is, because I've read the whole entire series at my local library. They had all 9 volumes, and it was GMO's local library, not local library. That's GMO says they are interloans. I'm just gonna say interloans from now on. I should say that, not be so specific. There's 2 of them, is why. GMO is the better one. The interloans ILL sucks. Because it just sucks in comparison to Gmilks, because Interloan's the ILL one, the Nahayas one is just so annoying with searching up books. Sometimes they don't even have the book, even though they say they do. Yeah, it's like, just imagine that. Imagine Amazon saying, oh yeah, we have this book in stock, and then you're so excited to get it, and then you don't get it because it's out of stock. And they say, oh no, we never had that book. What are you talking about? That's Nahayas for you. And it's not every book, but it's a good chunk of the books. I would say, if you were to get every single book, somehow, that you would get, like, I would say it's 5,000, you would get 3,000. Yeah, exactly. Probably even, like, 2,000, I want to say, almost. Alright, so here's the artwork, so I don't forget. Because I think I forgot. No, I didn't forget. We were the iPhone. Miranda by Grim Wilkins, and who also has the artwork. Now, why do I say that? Because it is wordless. There's no dialogue whatsoever, except for some minor bits here and there. But there's almost no dialogue for this series whatsoever. And they go all the way. How much so? Well, there's no information on the back of this book besides the mandatory shit. Like, oh, here's the price of the book. Here's what the rating of the book is. Here's the ISBN number. Here's the genre, which is fantasy. Now, I believe this one was the one where someone had wronged her, and it was a revenge tale, I believe. I could be wrong, because there's so many books I looked up very briefly, what it was about. I wanted to go in sort of blind, but I kind of had to at least look up something for some of these. But yeah, mostly blind for most of these books. I know I shouldn't do that, but these aren't books that I know I'm gonna hate. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like all these books, most of them. I don't think when I hate something like this, where it's wordless, sometimes dialogue there'd be too much dialogue, or it'd be too much, like, exposition. If this ain't gonna happen, this is just gonna be all artwork all the time, basically. Now, next up is First Knife, collecting 1 through 5 of First Knife, and this is written by Simon Roy. Before I forget, here's the artwork. And First Knife was the remaining people on Earth. It's seemed to be a post-apocalyptic tale. Last people on Earth fighting for survival. It was science fiction fantasy. I got it because it was fantasy. And like with Doug Wagner, it's the only, I think at least, the only Simon Roy book I own from Image Comics at least. And there is more that he's written, but again, I only did that for the books, for the writers that actually know a lot about. Not like Simon Roy, which I don't know a whole lot about. Next 2 is Coyotes by Sean Lewis. And again, Volume 2 is the library version. It's what they did, so this is used like new from Amazon. Does it say it on the back? It does not. But they said in the description, may be a pre-owns a library copy of a book if a library doesn't exist anymore. What did I say last time? It was a perfect word to describe it. A pre-library book? Yeah, I'll say that. And here is the... No, let's do it from here. Let's start right now. Here's the artwork for Coyotes. Coyotes Volume 1 collects 1 through 4. And then Coyotes Volume 2 collects 5 through 8. Now, Coyotes is... I'll talk briefly about the story. Although I don't think I've done it for every single one so far yet. But Coyotes is like a Red Riding Hood. And then they also have like the kids go missing. So there's that element there too. You can tell how much I know. You can tell how much I know about the Red Riding Hood folktale because it probably does. All I had to say was the Red Riding Hood retelling, and you've been like, "Oh, okay." I wouldn't have to say it's missing children. Anyways, next two is Black Road, written by Brian Wood. I do want to watch Hoodwinked though. I've heard that series. I heard that movie is really good, but the animation was just so dated that a lot of people say you might be turned off by it. But I don't know. Alright, so Black Road Volume 1, so Red Riding Hood, I was still on that. Black Road Volume 1 in the Holy North, collecting 1 through 5 of Black Road. See, this is a good thing about doing a second cut, is that I know I forgot to mention what Volume 1 was called last time. Next up is Black Road Volume 2, A Pagan Death, collecting 6 through 10 of the Black Road. Now, yes, this was one that I had gotten, I was going to get way back in October with my graduation money. I didn't end up doing it back in October, clearly. The reason for why that was because I didn't have Northlanders, and back then Northlanders was $16 a pop digitally. I was like, hell no, I don't have that money. I'm not gonna sacrifice over $40 for just getting all those books. No, I'm not doing that. And luckily, I'm glad I waited because the other day I saw Northlanders, all 3 volumes. This is the bigger books, so it's like 2 books, at least 2 books in one. Sometimes 3. All 7 volumes in 3 volumes, in 3 books, and it was $10 for all 3 books. And I was like, I'm getting that now. And I got it, and now I'm happy. That's not the reason for why I got Black Road. Decided to finally get it. For me, it was just like, why not? I know I'll get Northlanders someday, and I did have Northlanders at my local library, and I am so glad I double checked because they didn't have the full series. They were missing some volumes, and I was like, you know what, $10 is $10. I'll just sacrifice it, get that book, get more Kindle points, because what Amazon is doing now is if you buy a bunch of Kindle books, points will rack up. If you get 300 points, you get $3 to spend, free from them. Courtesy of Amazon to spend on Kindle books. They get $3 Kindle credit, which is awesome. Yeah, it should be more. 300 points for $3. It's kind of scummy for me. And why can't I do it for $2? Like for 200 points, it has to be 300 points to redeem it. You can't redeem it anything below. But hey, it's still Amazon being nice and considerate for once. Next two is Starve Volumes 1 and Volumes 2. Volume 1 and Volume 2. I do not think it says anything specific, like Volume 1, The Hunger Within. Nope, it doesn't say anything about what Volume 1 is called. It just says Volume 1. This one is collecting 1 through 5, I believe. Yep, Starve 1 through 5, and Starve 6 through 10. Yet again, written by Brian Wood. This one is not a spin-off of Northlanders, like how Black Road was. But I was like, at that point, I was like, why just get 2 out of the 4 out of the Brian Wood books? The whole reason why I was getting Starve was to finish off my Brian Wood Image Comics run. Yes, he has done a few other series, but it's not on the Image Comics site itself. It's on Amazon itself, so it's... I know that doesn't mean anything. It's still an Image Comics book written by Brian Wood, but I'm weird like that. And, like, the reason for why I did that was because Warren Ellis, like, I was so happy when I got all the Warren Ellis books that were available on the Image Comics site themselves. And then there was some Amazon ones I knew that they were there when I bought the Warren Ellis books, but still got them, you know. Anyways, moving on to Death Vigil, Volume 1, written by Stjepan Šejić, collecting all 8 issues of that series. Let's do the art. Did I do the artwork for Starve? I don't know if I did. Here's Starve Volume 1. Here's the artwork. Seemed to be very similar to, for me, to me at least, seemed to be very similar to the artwork for Black Road. Alright, let's do this before I forget. I know I should edit it. I know I should. I fix all my problems, but I don't know how to edit. My cousin's not here right now that does edit the one I stream with. So 1 through 8 of Death Vigil. Written by Suzanne Sedgwick. Now, these next 3 by Suzanne Sedgwick are all original graphic novels. At least I'm going to assume so, because they don't say anything about what it collects. So I'm gonna assume it's all in one. But it does go by chapter, which is nice. First up is Fine Print, written by Suzanne Sedgwick. I just showed the artwork for that one, so before I forget, show the artwork for Ravine. There you go. The artwork for Ravine. Ravine Volume 1 and Volume 2, written by Suzanne Sedgwick. Now, here is the one that I still, to this day, it's been 2 days, but I still hate the condition of this book. This is The Sword, Volume 1, written by Joshua Luna, and I think the artwork is Jonathan Luna. It's a Luna Brothers, that's what it says. But yeah, here is the artwork. Now, here's what's wrong with it. It was a good way of showing, see? You can see right there, in the glare, bunch of bends and creases and indents, and it just looks terrible. Now, this was not one they got directly from Amazon themselves. No, that showed up after. I swear to you guys, I swear on a hand on a stack of Bibles, that when I ordered this book, the one from the Amazon Prime copy was out of stock. Now it isn't. Yeah, it's only 2 left in stock, but still. Now, am I gonna get a replacement? I'm gonna try not to. Because it's not me that's returning the book, first and foremost. It's anyone but me, because I don't have a car. I can't drive to the UPS drop-off. I don't want to have to do that. So, I'm going to try and fix it myself, or just get over it. There's no tears. It's not going to affect the reading of the book. I flipped to, like, a random part of the book, and if I hadn't seen that bend, I would have been fine with it, you know? I mean, Coyote's Volume 2, which I did show, the binding was falling apart a bit, and I didn't freak out about that too much. You know, I'm fine with that, because I think it's a novelty of having a pre-library book as a actual book itself, you know, like, owning it. Like, haha, I gotta return that book. Volume 1, Fire, oh, sorry. I completely lost my mind here. So, The Sword, Volume 1, Fire, collects 1 through 6 of the Sword. Then we have The Sword, Volume 2, Water, collecting 7 through 12 of the Sword. Then we got Volume 3, Earth, collecting 13 to 18 of the Sword. And finally, we have The Sword, Volume 4, Air, collecting 19 to 24 of the Sword. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it in this cut. I think I did. How I want to show the artwork for the book in the first volume and towards the beginning, because I don't want to show any spoilers, like heavy spoilers. Next up, we got Ultra, also written by the Luna Brothers, done by the Luna Brothers. This is a superhero book, not a fantasy, but that doesn't matter to me, because it was Joshua Luna and Jonathan Luna. So this is, I like the novelty of this book. It's a magazine, it's making it out to look like a magazine. And that was the central theme behind this book. It was like a tabloid. Oh, here's the untold truth about these superhero guys. You know, kind of like how they do with celebrities. I'm hoping that they at least like I imagine it's gonna be like a tell-all, not a tell-all. It's gonna be like a satire on tabloids and superhero culture and celebrity culture, like all that rolled into one. I can't imagine it wouldn't be. Because why else would you make the book out to look, the covers to look like that, you know? Other than just for like, that would make sense, actually. Alright, next 2 is Eternal Empire. Now, for this time I'm not gonna say what series this is or what it reminds me of. But looking at volumes 2, because this is when it clicked for me. Looking at this artwork right here, what sci-fi series, classic sci-fi movie series, does this remind you of? Exactly. Not gonna say it, but I'm gonna assume you guys know. Sarah Vaughn helps out. It's not done by the Luna brothers. It's done by one, and I think Jonathan Luna just does the artwork. He helps out like a tad bit with the writing. So I'm kind of breaking my rule of the whole writer kind of thing. But Sarah Vaughn does do the writing, and Sarah Vaughn also did the writing. Also did Sleepless, which I really enjoyed. That was another fantasy book I really enjoyed. So I added to the small itty-bitty list of fantasy books I've read thus far that I really enjoy, and thus have gotten like a bunch more fantasy books because of that. So here's the artwork for that one. It's more sci-fi fantasy, as you can tell. Yeah, I showed the artwork. I know I showed the artwork for Ultra. I'm going to do for Alex Plus. This is the Alex Plus Ada, Volume 1, done by the same people as did Eternal Empire. So Volume 1 collects 1 through 5 of the most critically acclaimed Luna Brother book. Well, not Luna Brother, but the most critically acclaimed Luna book. I'll just say Luna book. Alex Plus Ada collects 6 through 10 of Alex Plus Ada. I think they had a falling out, the Luna brothers. I think Jonathan Luna was the more I'm not gonna say more sane, but just for like, just to, I'm not gonna say the more sane one, it was air quotes, and Joshua Luna just hasn't written anything. Yeah, it was just the books you saw there that I said the Luna brothers. He also did Girls. Girls is the only Luna brother book or Luna book I don't own, yet. And the reason for why that is because no matter if you get the individual volumes or the hardcover, both are out of print. And none of them are like new. Not none of them. 2 of them aren't like new. You can only get them very good, and even then, I'm like, I'm skeptical to get that. I'll probably just get it on my Kindle, but even then, it's expensive. Anyways, then Alex Plus Ada, Volume 3, collecting 11 through 15 of Alex Plus Ada. I don't think I did do the artwork, so just in case, here it is. For Volume 3. I did towards the beginning, so it shouldn't be too much of a spoiler. This right away. Oh, I did do it. I remember now. I did it right away for Alex Posada. So, see, that's a funny thing. It's just 20XX. Collecting 1 through 6 of 20XX. Jonathan Luna and Lauren Kelly. So Lauren Kelly does the main, I think again, does most of the writing. Let's see. I know the Luna brother did the artwork. Yeah, it says story, script artists, script assists, and an illustration starring lettering and design for Jonathan Luna. But story and script for Lauren Kelly. And it's the only time I'll be that specific about it. Next up, the aforementioned Excellence series, the one I read by Brandon Thomas and liked so much that I've got everything written by him that he did for Image Comics and almost for DC. Almost. I'm sure there's a bunch more I'm forgetting to get. I got Aquaman, and this is digitally. Aquaman and Becoming and the remaining issues I needed for his Aquaman Green Arrow series. Anyways, Excellence, Volume 1, Killed Past, collecting issues 1 through 6 of Excellence. Then we got Excellence Volume 2, The Present Tense, collecting 7 through 12. This reminded me a lot of Static Shock, Milestone Comics, I guess, specifically, but more Static Shock, because it's the only one I've read that's done by Milestone Comics. But it's also a fantasy type thing. It's like Harry Potter. It was like if Static Shock did Harry Potter. That's the best way to describe Excellence. It is insanely good. Like, pick this book up. I read Volume 1, and I'm hooked. And there is an exception for this book, too, like with Inkblot. Oh, wait. I don't have Inkblot yet. Alright, let's do Inkblot now. So, Inkblot Volume 1. Here's the artwork for Excellence. Just in case I forgot. Okay, so now on to Inkblot. Inkblot Volume 1. Here's the artwork. Written by Emma Kubert. Volume 1 collects 1 through 6, and Volume 2 collects 7 through 12. Now, the exception for Inkblot and Excellence is that the volumes that are out right now do not collect everything of Excellence and Inkblot. Excellence, there's one more story that was in an anthology series for Image called Skybound X, which I'm probably not going to get because it's $2.99. Like, I'm gonna mention this before. It was $2.99 for the entire issue, and it's probably 5 pages that I want for Excellence. So, worst case, I'll just try and get it somewhere else. That's what happens when you guys don't just, people go through everyone. If you want to be a completist for Excellence series, and you don't want to spend $2.99 on a book you only read 5 pages of, you might want to go somewhere else to read that book. I'm sorry to say, but it's not available anywhere else. You're not going to be nice about it and say, hey, here's the hardcover of Excellence. Here's the missing issue that wasn't collected anywhere else, except for, here. Sorry, but that's the way it is. At least with Inkblot, they thought there would be a volume 3. Enough issues to collect in a volume 3. There weren't. It got prematurely canceled because no one was reading it, which is not the best thing to hear when you're going in blind. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, Emma Kubert. And I did show the artwork. I know I did. Alright, before I forget, because I'm already feeling I already feel like I'm gonna get talking to from one of you guys. Like, hey, if you want to be more professional, do this. I know. I'm gonna say it right now. I know, but this is what happens when my brain doesn't work. I know I could edit. I know I could, but it's kind of a hassle for me to do. I'm not trying to say like I'm giving up or anything like that. I'm saying it as like, hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles for me. Anyways, Slumber by Tyler Burton Smith. Written, it's 1 through 6 of Slumber. Written by, I said written by twice. 3 times, technically. Fair Lady, Volume 1. This is the artwork. I know I did the artwork for Slumber. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I know I did. Fair. It's possible I did. Possible every time that I thought I forgot and showed it again. It's possible I was showing it again. And I didn't end up forgetting for any of these. And if anything, I was wasting your time. 1 through 5 of Fair Lady. Written by Brian Schreimer. Reddit said this book was good. They recommended that book, along with, some creatives like Kieran Gillen and Paul Cornell. So there's that. Next 2 is Paradiso. Paradiso Volume 1, Essential Singularity, collecting 1 through 4 of Paradiso, and then Volume 2, which I'll show in a second, after I show the artwork. Paradiso Volume 2, Dark Dwellers, collecting Paradiso 5 through 8. Now, for those of you who are wondering, did I get just comic books from everyone? Mostly. I got, stocking stuffers, like candy, which I've already eaten all of that. And then it was 2 days. Most of it, at least. It's kind of like that. It's like a Halloween candy, but you leave, the Snickers, you don't like Snickers. You leave all the candy you don't like as much. That stays in there for, years. That's what's gonna happen for me. And then I got, AirPods, makeshift AirPods. These right here, actually. They're not actual AirPods, but they're not makeshift, but, they rip-off kind of thing. They work pretty good. They're just extremely frustrating because they have no power on and off button. Gotta hit the ears. And when I'm trying to push the ears in to actually hear the music, sometimes it pauses my video. I'm like, damn it. It's a good thing. It's good that I'm not using them to, for as headphones for this, because hitting pause would end the video. All right, the final 2 is Rain. Rain Volumes 1 and 2, both written by Kel Simmons. Now, this is technically fantasy, but they say at the end of the day, it's more or less sci-fi, which I'm fine with for the most part. Now, Kel Simmons is kind of an exception because I thought he was a writer I didn't know anything about. I have The Mercenary Sea by him. And I think I found that out. No, I didn't find it out. I was going to say I found that out, way after. But no. It was I think it was right when I was looking at books by the author on Angel Loans. So Rain Volume 1 collects 1 through 5, and then Rain Volume 2 collects 6 through 10. Yeah, when I was looking at the books on the intro loans, I found out, I do have a book by Kel Simmons. And it's because it sounded familiar to me, that's why. And that's the reason for why I looked up on the intro loans. I don't know why I did that. Sometimes I'll just, I guess I'm so, used to looking up books on there, so when I'm looking up a book by a writer, even though they could not have a book by the guy, and I'll look it up on intro loans, even though, say, Brendan Thomas had almost nothing of his work on there. And so I wouldn't have known. I've been like, oh yeah, he's a new writer, and then I would have gotten Horizon and Excellence, and I'm like, oh wait, that's the guy who did the work for who worked on Green Arrow, Aquaman. And I found out after. So if you guys didn't know, because I'm being a little like not specific, I'm not being as specific. So for this time around, I go for like little themes. Last year I think it was DC Comics omnibuses for the most part. But this time around, it was DC Comics, actually, for the most part. Except for that one, that was Image Comics. But I didn't have anything else to get. I wanted for DC Comics. It was just a one-volume series. So I decided to get Lucas Bestrode last year. But this year, it was Image. And it was also fantasy and or books by writers I don't know a whole lot about. Trying something new. Not going to the same old, oh, Robert Kirkman, James Tynion, Kieran Gillen. Yeah, I broke that rule for the Kieran Gillen books I got, but more specifically, even more specifically, I wanted to do the unknown authors for the books for my parents and sister and all those people. I did break the rule for the Ron V ones, yes, but and then like cousins, aunts, and uncles, that was just whatever. I didn't mind doing that for them. I know, very specific, but that's me for you. I'm gonna try and get this to 40 minutes, so I'm gonna babble on. So again, I'm gonna do my little schedule. Today I'm gonna upload this. Tomorrow it's gonna be my final until whenever the hell I can get back to the library, which I have a whole pile of books. It's gonna be a little bit, at least. I'm hoping just a little bit. I'm not gonna help me just a little bit because I like going to the library. I'm already missing my conversations with the library lady I got to talking with. That like I swear to God, she and I read every single book that like I read. She and I read like all the same books, like all of them for comics at least. But yeah, I'm already missing conversations with her. Anyways, so tomorrow will be my reviewing of the library books that I've read. Like I normally do. Like when I do my reading recommendations, because both the hall from the library, you'll just be getting a reading recommendations, but not a library haul, obviously. Then Thursday it will be hopefully, again, knock on wood, because so far it's set in stone. But Thursday will be going to Newbury Comics, and hopefully. Oh, is it 36? Yeah, it's 36. I had to do this because I can't see. I'm blind. I can't see that that red thing you see on top of your phone that shows you how long the video has going to be going on for. I have to do this to see it. But yeah, it's 36 minutes. I'm just going to end it now. But yeah, that's it. That's the schedule so far. Friday, probably nothing. So beyond that, so you'll have 5 straight days of videos to catch up on, and then after that, you'll have plenty of time to catch up on. That's all I have to say. You'll have a bit of time to catch up on my videos. There you go. Because I like to do weekly uploads, but sometimes, like this time, there's exceptions. I have just more going on. I could go for 3 minutes. So that's about it. Show all the books. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll count all the books. So you're not going to see my face for a second because I'm counting all the books. So I would say made up pretty well. Again, that Sword Volume 1 is the only one where I really hate the condition I came in. But I gotta tell myself this. Hey, these are all soft covers and coming from Amazon. Could have been a lot worse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. It should be 47. 31, total. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47 trades for Christmas from everybody, total. That is an insane number. Insane number. Just from my parents alone, I got 33 comics. Yeah, it was technically from me because I was the one that ordered it, but it was, the ones that paid for it, so it's from them. Now, what I'm hoping to do at Newbury Comics on Thursday is to get less floppies and more trades. So I can get to 50 at the very least, I can get to 50 trades for 1 month. Meaning that that'll be the most I've gotten in 1 month total. That is it. I have kept you guys hostage for long enough. Oh, wait, no, it's not 40 minutes yet. But yeah, 47. Right now, it's already a new world record. 47. 47. Now, you might be saying to yourself, oh, 47 books, that's going to take you 2 years to read, right? Not if I go no. Pretty much no. I read 20 books, at the very least 25 books in 2 weeks time. So, that's, even if I got like 50 books, that'll take me 2 weeks to read. Not even. Because it doesn't take me exactly 2 weeks. That'd take me like 10 days. And yeah, that's going at a faster rate. It's like reading heavily, like the library books I do. Like I read I try to read all 25 books I get from the library. Like one per, so 1 issue is 25 issues per day. Because I want to get them finished. I want to read at least one of each per day. You know? That, as I say, is that. 40 minutes. I hope no, YouTube doesn't cut too much. I think it was the streams that cuts a lot. It's weird. I don't know why. I think it's my cousin that does it. I think he puts it, because he's the one that sets up the stream, so it could be him doing it. It could be his doing. Like he's just cutting like the intros and everything like that. When it's upload, not upload, but when it's no longer live, when it's uploading of the live stream. That's it.